Okay. Hello, everybody. This is a live video. So I've just finished clearing a lot of karmic curses for both me and my twin flame. It took ages, it took a few hours, but that is what we've been doing for the last 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours, maybe a little less than 3 hours. And that is something I will be offering on my Etsy if anyone's interested in doing that. So that took a while to do that. But I did that with my twin flames, higher self, and him through telepathy and all of that stuff. So that worked. Feel loads better. But there is generally a lot of interference with that stuff, especially when karmics are coming in trying to, I guess, basically trying to steal my twin flame from me. Well, that was their intention. Didn't work though. Didn't work. Yeah. So this is just a reading at the end of the Lion's Gate. Healing and clearing, I guess. I'm ready to start. So the goddess of the moon is just a stepping into the new energies that we're all stepping into because of the Lion Gate. Because of the Lion's Gate, everything that's been shifting for us is happening now. We're stepping into our highest good, high vibrational energies, the ones that will lead us on the timeline and path that we're meant to be on. So that's the roundabout energies where everybody is at. And it does mean that a lot of us are still at different stages of healing and clearing and the versions of ourselves. But this is a major energy right now, a really big shift into really stepping into our higher self energies, basically. So there might be some anxiety as this stuff continues to change for the collective, but the more you integrate the light energies into your being, the easier it will get. Grounding is needed, and getting lots of rest and eating properly and drinking a lot of water is also needed. Prayers of protection are helpful too, especially if you are experiencing any karmic stuff. And both my twin and I have been releasing and learning lessons from karmics. Yeah. Not that karmics really listen to what you have to say. It's the lessons that you receive, and they're in their own little world. They are definitely in their own little world. Their purpose is unbeknownst to me, but they still have a purpose. Is anyone else really tired during these things? I'm wiped out. I have insomnia like you wouldn't believe. Excuse me. I did not fart, that was just the chair. Yeah, these energies are shifting. The lower vibe you feel during these times, the higher you will feel after the 12th. So keep clearing and healing yourself, because it will come to the sun. Everything that you are wanting right now in these times, everything that you're trying to manifest and let go, you will get your heart's desire. Your highest timeline, your highest good timeline is already here. You are in it. Once you've made the decision to really step into that, it's become your reality. So yeah, it's become your reality. So start to have more gratitude for where you're at, and positive thoughts for yourself. It doesn't mean negating any negativity that comes your way. You need to learn from the negativity and the lower vibrational stuff still to really kind of enhance where you're at. You can't be high all the time, basically, is what I'm hearing. And it's not about being low, but I'm talking about being really, really high, like you've smoked marijuana and you're in that kind of giddy high, like when you're high from source energy, when you've been channeling for a while, or when you're connecting to source through meditation. There is a point in time where you have to bring it back down and ground those energies, and doing that is sometimes meaning you have to face the negativity and the lower stuff that is in your vibration or in your reality surrounding you, trying to get into your vibration. And if it's still being shown to you, it just means that there's more to learn and more to acknowledge, maybe even more to clear. But I'm feeling like it's just the last remnants that you really need to clear, because the next healing stuff is going to be on another level. It's on a different level. And that's what ascension is that you're always looking within to really get higher and higher. And to do that, you need to go through the sludge and the grunge and the bad stuff. And you can't avoid it. If you avoid it, it's a false ascension. It's not real. So light workers, we go through the muck and we don't pretend that it doesn't exist, because that's a falsity as well. So you will get the sun, and whatever twin flames have been going through some crappy stuff, the stuff that you will be healing in the future will be a little lighter. But because you're doing the journey together, as a lot of you move into union, the negative stuff, the low stuff, the karmic stuff that comes out, because you'll be so more aware of it, because you've done it on both sides for the longest time, you'll just be like, oh, that's a karmic thing, we need to look at that. And then you'll go in your separate corners and just do the work and release it. But sometimes it'll be really easy to release because you've already done it. And you'll just be like, oh, that's just something that's come through because maybe I've dropped a little bit in my vibration. And that's okay. You can drop a little bit in your vibration, but because now you've been through all that you have been through right now, then you can actually really continue on forward through all this muck. And you'll know that you'll have to look at it to rise above it. And if it's still coming back in your reality in different ways, it just means that you've been ignoring it, or you haven't really touched on the actual issue of why you're seeing it. And we all know you will keep seeing these things even after you've been through the Lion's Gate. There's still more stuff to come out as we grow and we shift and we get higher and higher. So don't lie to yourself. It's going to be a difficult challenge to do sometimes. But if you take it head on, it won't seem so bad. It's when you ignore it that's the issue. But I guess what the message is that everything that you've been doing up till now, you'll get everything you want because of the sun. The sun is the card where everybody receives their manifestations, their happiest life, their highest timeline, and all of that stuff. So yeah. There are a lot of major healing still going on. A lot of you are going through the ringer, especially Ascended Masters are going through the ringer. And they have to, because they're being prepared for something greater than themselves. There's a higher mission for the Ascended Masters. So if you're Ascended Master, you probably already know this. Yeah. And you don't need me to tell you that. So I guess we'll just find out what the higher purpose for the Ascended Masters are, because each purpose for the Ascended Masters is going to be different, and I think some of you guys are twin flames as well, Ascended Masters, or are all Ascended Masters on Earth twin flames. Yeah, so the highest of the highest learning stuff, and that's why it's been so challenging. It's because you're being prepared for something greater than what you've been on, and you can manifest happiness and finances and health and all that stuff, but when you really choose to align to your highest timeline, your higher self kind of directs you where you really need to be. So unless you're really tapped in, and source and guides aren't going to tell you specifically what's going to happen so that they don't interfere with free will or free choice. But yeah, something big is going to happen for the Ascended Masters, and a lot of you will probably realize that there's been a lot of challenges in the way because of that. And because you're Ascended Masters, they attack the Ascended Masters the most and really intervene and interfere with, not really intervene, because intervening is what your guides do, but there's some sources around these Ascended Masters and Twin Flames that are really trying to mess us up. They're really trying to just get in there and destroy whatever chance we have at happiness, because once the Ascended Master and the Twin Flames of that high vibration get together, then the whole world starts to shift, and it will be felt on a really a global scale. Everybody will feel it, and it will have a ripple effect through the cosmos, and not just this dimension. It will be felt throughout all dimensions and universes and through all creation. It's just one of those things that when a planet's vibration starts to change, it's felt by everyone as we're all connected. So that's how big the Ascended Masters unions are, and people will feel that when the Ascended Masters start to connect on a more intimate level, and that will be when it's the vibration of Earth and the people on Earth will start to rise higher. Because when two Twin Flame Ascended Masters are intimate in that way, it heightens their vibration 100,000 fold, and everyone starts to really feel it. And once that starts to happen, it will really start to catapult a lot of us into a higher vibration. And then the rest of the globe, and its people, animals, environments, have no other choice but to really kind of follow suit. Otherwise they get left behind, but no one really gets left behind. You just have a more difficult time. That's all it is. You have a more difficult time if you don't just go with the flow. But I think a lot of us will just will realize something's happening, and we have to go through these like magnificent changes that are happening. And people might feel like that it is the Schumann resonance or something, but it's really just Ascended Master Twin Flames getting it on and really just sharing their energies with the world. And that amount of energies has quite a lot of effect on everyone else around them. So I guess the world will know when Ascended Masters are, well, being intimate. It can be with themselves as long as they're connecting to their twin flame, or when they're together as one being connecting in physically, that physical intimacy is felt more strongly. Okay, well, that's interesting. So if any Ascended Masters have been in separation for all this time since 2012 and have had the most interference, that's what negative energies want to keep you from accomplishing. Pardon my stutter. But yeah, the sun, it's more than just the sun. It's a lot brighter than that, but it's just the vibration of the card. I think I need to get new cards because I'm not feeling the vibration of these much anymore. But the sentiment's still there. Okay. Do you want these? The ones that came. Okay. Have a whole group. So I'm just going to take these away. Putting them back on the deck. Okay. So the first one is a journey. Or is that going to work if I do? No, that won't work. I'll just do that. Okay, the journey. Now what's the journey about? It's the next stage of ascension. It's going to be a lot challenging for the collective as the vibrations get higher and higher and higher. But there'll be some fun there as well. Lots more fun. You'll start to feel the high vibrational energies a lot easier. It'll just be something that when you work through joy, the rest will follow. If you're working through things that you find challenging or negative, just know that you need to go through those, you need to experience those, you need to learn the lessons that they are showing you. And then once that is done, you'll get back into the flow and be more of the joy in the journey. So don't negate your experiences because they're all really important and they make you who you are. So we can't avoid the challenges, we can just grow from them. So the garden and the gate, which is a 3 card. Why am I looking at, which is, well, 3 is creativity, especially if you're the life path 3. Anybody wanting to do a creative life path, I think a lot of us want to do a creative life path, want to do something creative like painting or singing, acting, but it's got to be high vibrational now because we're moving into that now. So I see a lot of people who are interested in those things creating from a more 5D point of view. No more 3D old stuff. No more rapping. No more rapping like we've experienced rapping in the 3D. That's not going to be a thing anymore. The people who are coming forward and doing the music and the rapping and all that stuff, the writing, the acting, the performing, they're going to be of a high vibration, a higher vibration, as they're part of the collective, and they're all light workers. So all the light workers who have been pushed aside by the 3D energies are going to be moving forward in their talents and really making strides and really expressing themselves on that kind of level. And there's going to be some global fame for some of you, especially if what you are doing is very important. Okay, so with that, I think there is a temporary interlude for when finances are still 3D finances before they turn to 5D. And I'm not really sure how that's going to work, whether it will be currency the way it has been, or if it's just currency based on what you do and what you create. But the currency is going to be fair. It's going to be enough for you to thrive in. There's no more lack. They don't measure by popularity. It's just like how it makes your community grow. So it's all about learning and growing, and people will be receiving currency in a way that supports what they created. So a lot of millionaires are coming through, and it could be for anything. You know, it could be healers, performers, musicians. It doesn't really matter, because wealth is based on your vibrations and what you have to offer the collective. So don't really worry about it being selfish or anything like that. You need that money to keep doing what you're doing, to thrive more, and to encourage the collective who are a little bit behind you to thrive. And then it's the other people behind those who are just awakening that you need the money to teach and to guide and to heal. And we do all of that stuff through everything on our life path. Like, our life path is our clue. It's the clue to what we're supposed to be doing. So yeah. And businesses, how people run businesses and CEOs and stuff will change dramatically. There's no room for that kind of egotistical stuff. Everything will raise in their vibration and knowledge, and there's already changes starting to happen. False healers. False healers, interesting. Okay. False healers will be ousted. False channelers will be ousted. But then they have an interlude where they heal, they let go, or whatever their ego is trying to lead them to, because not everyone's supposed to be a healer. You all have different roles here and purposes, and you need to follow that. So when you're ousted, it's not that there's no shame. There's no one is trying to shame you in saying that you're a false healer. It's just that you are leading people astray, and what you're supposed to be doing as an awakened soul on earth is different to what you're actually doing. So false healers will be shown to the world, and people will see them or not, depending on their level of awakened states. So there you go. That's why it is better that you're authentic and not show body. I don't know what that means. Showboaty and egotistical and putting on airs and masks and being kind of like a version of a human being that's not real. Like, human beings have all different facets. We're like a diamond, we shine in different ways at different times. So sometimes the diamond's a little bit dull and you just need to polish it. And that's just working on yourself and working on your healing. And then other times the diamond is really bright and it shines light on a multi hello there. Thank you for joining. But yeah, it's like the diamond when you grow and you change. It's like you shine in different ways. So when you follow your true life path, then whatever you have done in the past before that, where you've been a false healer or been accused of being a false healer, things, okay, okay, is that it? Yeah. So that's going to come to the forefront. All false healers and everything that you're not being your authentic self will come to light. But that is just realigning you with what your true life path is supposed to be. Okay. Okay. So you've got the 4th chakra, Archangel Raphael. So during the Lion's Gate, there's been lots of activations and a lot of concentrated activations on the heart chakra and also the higher heart chakra. So that's the chakra between your throat and your heart chakra, and that is moving people into a higher state of consciousness and of unconditional love so that we work from that state. Okay, yeah. Anything else with that? 4th chakra? No, okay. The thinking man. So what's the thinking man about? The thinking man is you deciding what you want to do. What's your next choice? Your next choice and who you're meant to be. Everyone is moving into their authentic selves. This is that time to really align yourself to that. So you can see the thinking man is holding a quartz crystal point with 3 points. So you've got 3 again, 3 for creativity. Yeah, so we're all aligning to our authentic selves, our higher paths, our life paths, higher paths, because we're ascending. So everything, excuse me, everything that we do now is us ascending on our higher path. Everything has to be of a higher caliber now. Authentically at a higher caliber. Yeah. More cards from the energy. Yep. Well, oops, I guess they didn't. It's alright. More energy cards. What's next? There is still time to connect to the Lion's Gate and set your manifestations. We're still in that window of opportunity. Hostilities. Has anyone had any confrontations, any karmics? A lot of that stuff has been coming up because of the... Okay. Am I not supposed to talk about that? Someone just whacked those cards out of my hand. Interesting. Cancel, clear, delete, whatever they did. Their thoughts or whatever. Cancel, clear, delete. You will get that sort of karmic interference still as you decide what you want to do on your journey. There will be karmics coming up to show you what you don't want still and help you to realign to your purpose. But the learning is not fun. The learning is really not fun. But once you've learnt it and you've been through it, then you come out the other side and you're just like, oh, okay, so that's what I have to watch out for. This is what that taught me. And it prepares you for your soul family that are going to stay with you. Like, all karmics, I think, or most karmics are from your soul family to help you move forward. But yeah. I know I cleared a lot of major throat stuff, so I sound a little bit hoarse, and I've been talking for 3 hours. So I sound like I've been awake all night, which I have been. Okay, what's next, guys? Okay. Got the Lemurians here if they have anything they want to say. You guys have anything to say? Yeah? Okay, so... Oh. So you've got the Lemurians and from Agatha, and you're able to connect with them anytime you want to. You have to have a pure vibration when connecting to them. So anything from the Lemurians. Keep shuffling, they say. Okay, too many cards. Interference or too much energy? interference, and too much energy. Oh, here we go. Okay. The Garden Gate from the Lemurians. Okay. What does that mean? It means that growth isn't the most important thing in the future. We'll all be at a place where massive growth spurts aren't necessary, because we've done a lot of massive growth through the 3D, during our time in 3D. So the future healings won't be as big. They won't be major shifts, but if you're aware of them, you will feel them. And you can call on your guides whenever you need them. Source energies, creator energies, whenever you need them. Yeah. Especially if you're experiencing curses and spell work from people. I don't know if many people are still experiencing that, but yeah. It's not fun. But you learn and you grow from them, and then you get even more aware. So, I guess you want me to talk about the healing I did with my twin flame? Yeah. Will I shuffle a bit more? The healing I did with my twin flame was 20 activations that cleared negative interferences. Was that a card I was supposed to pick up? What's this card for? Do I need this card that came up? Okay. I guess. Goddess of the Moon, as I was talking about healing. These healings will shift you into a higher vibration, and a lot of what you've been experiencing negatively will be cleared. And I'm doing it through your higher self and your guides and my higher self, because it's easier for me to do that in one bulk sitting on your behalf, and then everything that is like above so below, so everything just kind of, it trickles down. So with the Goddess of the Moon, it's just you stepping more into your divine energies after these sort of clearings and activations. So if anybody is interested in those, it takes about 2 to 3 hours to do that, and will probably be around $300, but the shifts are amazing and significant and huge. Any last kind of stuff that's there gets cleared. Oops, nearly dropped my cards again. Okay, so The healings can really help with manifestation and being the magician. If you're having issues with manifesting anything, it could be that someone is interfering with your energies, your blocks, or you've got things within that you haven't looked at, or you're too scared to look at. And if you've been, I guess, trying to manifest in all the ways that you've been taught how to manifest, but nothing's been shifting. You've tried gratitude, but you can't stay in gratitude. You might have stuff that is still stuck to you from negative alien stuff, and you just need someone to come in and clear that with your higher self and do that sort of stuff. So I'll be doing that, and I guess it won't be recorded or anything like that, but I can write down a like a PDF for you about what I did, what messages I got from your higher self, what was cleared, what still needs to be worked on, and stuff like that. So we can do that. Deceit. What's this for? So yeah, when we still have those negative aspects, negative thought forms, curses, negative alien agenda stuff still within, we're so easily susceptible to being deceived. So if you feel called to do that, you can message me here and we can discuss some more of that stuff, but only if you feel called to do that. Like, I'm not forcing anyone, because it can be time consuming, but there's a lot there that can be cleared for you. So yeah. Okay, I guess that's that there. Yeah. So anything more with the reading? Changing decks. Okay. So we're changing decks. Some cards for the collective. Thank you for that. Ooh. So it is 5 a.m. in the morning in Australia right now. And I'm starting to get some interference in my right ear. Okay, Shakti, 19. Shakti is the... Who's Shakti? Give me a second while I look up Shakti. I know... Is she the Indian goddess feminine energy? Shakti. Okay, so I'm just going to read it from the book because I don't know who she is. Okay, so Shakti. Shakti is divine feminine fire. She is the body awakened with light. She is the divine feminine, and she is the Kundalini. So some people are having Kundalini activations and awakenings. Okay, cool. So this is full Kundalini activation. So if you've felt little bits here and there, this is your, and you are attracted to this reading, this card means that you're going to have a full Kundalini activation. Okay, so the energetic force that moves through us, triggered by love that leads to enlightenment of the body. With our Kundalini coming alive within us, we cannot remain as we once were. It is impossible. We may try to lead the same lives, be the same in our relationship patterns, and perhaps even behave properly, but it simply cannot be done. Soon our disguise slips, And people wonder what happened to her or what has got into him. We are on fire with the divine and we cannot help but misbehave. We are no longer satisfied with trying to be the good child or fearing we are the bad child. We know ourselves instead to be the divine child. The child divine lives fully and with passionate fire, not doing things the way they are supposed to be done, perhaps, but living instead from the heart. Our body may ache as we burn through old pain, and sometimes the light within may seem so bright it blinds us for a moment, or blinds us for the moment. But that will pass, and the misbehaving will suddenly be seen for what it is. The old rules just don't fit anymore. You don't plug a globe capable of illuminating the whole world into the bedside reading lamp without burning down the house. Best to let that light shine as it was meant to, in the big arena. Shakti is making your light grow, beloved. Be prepared to shine brighter. This oracle brings your message. You are going through energetic shifts in your subtle anatomy. I'm going to read that for myself again. This oracle brings your message. You are going through energetic shifts in your subtle anatomy. Because your energy body and physical body have already begun to merge with each other, the energetic shifts will affect your physical body too. It is always wise to consult a healthcare practitioner, but at least some of your physical challenges at the moment, from aches and pains to tiredness, are due to this energetic awakening. Take responsibility. Take responsible action as you feel is necessary, such as tending to your physical well-being with healthcare that feels supportive. But also remember to rest, get some time in nature, and nurture your body as it is spiritually awakening into greater light. And there's this little bit, like this little poem at the end. I have watched you hurting and felt helpless to make life better for you. Loving you is having to make choices. To let you be who you are, who you become, and all the who's yet to come. To love you is to ride the waves of your passionate embrace of life, ever mindful of the change in the wind and the occasional tempest brewing. Loving you is having to make choices, knowing it isn't my fault. I can still choose to take it personally or just to be, while I listen and watch you unfold. Your heart is a beauty I will always love. It's the part of you that hasn't changed much over time. When I lie beside you and hear you breathe, when I touch your skin or caress your hair, you are timeless and I choose loving you. Okay, so the Kundalini awakening is an aspect of the soul and physical body moving more into unconditional love, because then that is just who you are moving into. Source energy. More unconditional love. Okay, so let's take Shakti away. Self-initiation. This is a decision you make yourself. Is that it? Okay, and then heart fire. So your passions will be ignited. When you have this Kundalini awakening, everything is going to be turned on 110%. You'll just be firing on all cylinders. You will be, I'm not saying that, but you'll want a lot of physical intimacy and all that stuff more often when you feel that kind of Kundalini, heart fire, burning, self-initiation, Kundalini rising. The body will ask for a deeper connection than you've had before. And sometimes that is sexual. Yeah. Okay. Remove these. if anyone watches this back and wants me to do more lives or do more readings and just post them, let me know in the comments below, because a lot's been happening with me and I don't really know. No one really comments and lets me know that the readings I've done has helped. So it's really nice to hear that kind of feedback sometimes, even if it's just, do I want this card? Okay. Yeah. So it's just nice to know sometimes when you've watched something to like comment some more readings like on certain subjects, maybe what you feel you want done. Oh. Soft. So we're moving into softer energies, more feminine energies are coming more online. That's what the world is shifting into, the more feminine energies. And it's number 47, which adds up to 11. So it's what we've all been manifesting, and the synchronicities are coming through a lot. I guess maybe how long from this video will people expect a full Kundalini awakening? Okay, so the answer to that question is, the guides have said that whoever watches this reading will have a full Kundalini activation within a week or two of watching this whole reading fully. So from start to finish. I guess there are light codes in the reading that are helping you to activate your Kundalini and stimulate it so it fully comes online and just changes your full entire makeup. So awesome. We've got Men of the Earth, Woman of the Sky. Okay, and then I think I'm gonna... So we've got, after the soft, number 47, you've got 4812. So I just wanted me to point that out before moving on. So Man of the Earth, Woman of the Sky. So I guess that's divine, feminine, and masculine energies. And then there's intimacy. So if you're... So if you're looking for a twin flame union or a divine counterpart relationship, those things are coming through now. And yeah, so it's the card number 35, which is 8, which is infinity. So this is a partner that's been with you before, most likely. It's a high vibrational relationship, as all future relationships will be moving into. Very highly conscious, and your partner will have everything that you need. They will reflect that back to you. They'll teach you. You'll grow together, love together, and grow in that. And it's just, they say the intimacy will be very connected, very engrossed, earth-shattering. For some of you, if you're twin flames, you'll experience that finally, the earth-shattering of the intimacy between twin flames. So yeah, that's what's happening. So that's after Kundalini awakening and then moving into these high vibrational energies, because you've changed completely your DNA, your body, everything that you've had now, that you've experienced now. Because of your Kundalini awakening, things will start to change for you. Your reality will change and you'll come into a type of knowing. So 1 to 2 weeks, for most of you, 1 to 2 weeks. Some a little longer if you're fighting it. If you're fighting the flow, so don't fight the flow. Yeah. Let me know if in 1 to 2 weeks people have experienced a full Kundalini activation, because it's going to change the vibration of everybody as well. Big significant forward movement more after the Lion's Gate. Okay. Oh, my ear's back to hurting again. Okay. Always the right ear. So, so underneath the deck, after those 2 cards, on the bottom of the deck is the Lovers at number 12 again. So the intimacy and the Man of the Earth. Intimacy and so you've got the divine masculine feminine, and then you've got the intimacy, and then it's Lovers. If you can see that, and that's some poor shoddy work there, but yeah. So it's going to be between 2 divine lovers. These relationships that are coming together now will be divine relationships. A lot of awakened people are not are holding out for them now as they break away from karmic bonds and low vibrational relationships. Excuse me. Their souls are craving for something more deeper. Deeper connections by light workers and starseeds everywhere. The old kind of relationships won't cut it for them anymore. Yeah. They're looking for something that will shake their souls and give them fulfillment. Because as starseeds, we know that just having a physical relationship or an emotional relationship or just friendship, when you're looking for something for the lifetime that you're living, it's not enough to just have one aspect of it to fit. You want all of it. You want the physical intimacy, you want the sexual intimacy, you want the emotional intimacy, and the spiritual intimacy. You want all those parts to connect into one person, and you be that for that person as well, so that these relationships are very high vibrational as you work together through this lifetime. And that's what we're working towards. Whew. So connections are coming online. Twin flames and other divine counterparts are coming together shortly. I'm hearing, I saw like September, October for those kinds of connections. So it's soon. Some will be moving next year or at the end of the year. Those timeline aspects of your intimate, like your high vibrational relationships, haven't changed. It's just the timing parentheses has changed, but no, wrong. What's the timing of the unions haven't changed. It's just the only thing that's changed are the people coming into union. So the people coming into union now, whether it be you just high vibrational soulmates or twin flames, you as the version of yourself are much different than you were 3 months ago. So the versions coming into union, even if it's just communication by the end of the year, your frequency is going to be a lot higher and you're going to work out. They're going to be more successful than they would be if it was 3 months ago and you decided that now's the time that you wanted to have union. So timing in this case is everything. And the longevity of these relationships coming into union will probably last the distance if you can keep on top of conflicts that come up, because they will come up until your energy starts to calm the F down, especially for twin flames. When your energies start to calm down a bit, it'll level itself out, and it'll be like a high vibrational working unit, not just a relationship. It'll be like two people of one mind, of one focus. This is what we have to do. This is what we're here for. And that's the same with some divine counterparts that aren't twin flames. You will have this connection that is like the twin flame unit. You're not working with your twin flame. Your twin flame is not here with you. I mean physically. They're twin flame, like high vibrational soulmates. Your twin flames aren't here with you. They're either in the higher realms, or they're in other dimensions, or on other planets doing their work there. But they're always aware of you. And you have these two souls of two high vibrational soulmates who are coming together with the knowledge that they need to be those self-aware, high vibrational beings to each other to really help to move Earth and Gaia into higher vibration with the twin flames who are coming into union, who will innately know what to do when they're together. It'll just be their focus. The twin flames will want to feel good all the time because they finally found each other and they're finally in union. Even if it's just communication, like physical communication, like he texts you or she texts you or something like that, and it's like a back and forth, and it's not just one person texting, it's both sides being involved in the connection. And that will keep going, and people will start to see that healthy relationships can be achieved on that kind of high level. And the work is not a lot, but the work is also very important as it shifts into something different than was expected maybe a year or so ago. If you look back to a year, we don't even remember. You don't remember what the vibrations were like a year ago because you're in this now moment. And this now moment, the energies are very high vibrational. And that's your focus. And your focus is just with your twin flame or your divine counterpart is to just keep continuing to feel high vibrational, unconditionally loving, and keep moving and moving towards that. Whew. So that's because of the Kundalini activation. Oop. Yeah. They showed me intimacy again. So the intimacy with these relationships will be off the charts, and it will keep the divine counterparts, whether they be twin flame or high vibrational soulmates, quite together. They'll be like, I'm seeing this image, thick as thieves kind of thing. Like, you can't get in between that, and you're not supposed to. Other people, karmics, and other people who are just jealous of the connection, they're not meant to get in between this. There's no space for them. So those people have to respect what you guys are going through, what you guys have. Because if they awaken even more and go through the changes that you went through, they will find the relationship that gives them that thick as thieves kind of relationship. We all have the possibility in this lifetime to have that. And if you don't believe that, then you need to go within and you need to work on yourself some more. You can't just bypass it. Like, you can't just pretend, oh, it's happy, I'm happy, I've worked through everything, I don't have anything that I need to work through. I'm learning that it's a good idea, it's a nice idea, it's a delusional idea that it's fanciful. We all want to like not have anything to work on while we're here, but It just doesn't happen that way. It can't happen that way. For you to really move into the energy of being with your divine counterpart, whoever that is, or whatever label you use, you need to walk through the mud. You need to learn what it's like to be with a karmic, or what it's like to experience a karmic. And you need to learn from them what you don't want to learn with your divine counterpart. And that's why they're there to teach you that. And if you ignore the possibility of experiencing a karmic, then you're missing out on really potential large amounts of growth. It's needed. It's one of those innate things all souls come here to learn. Ooh. And if you don't think you need to heal anything, oh my gosh, you are experiencing something quite offensive to me, but probably needed for your soul growth. Okay, I don't want anything to do with negative energies whatsoever, because I've had multiple lifetimes where I've dealt with their stuff. And this lifetime, I just want to concentrate on ascension and all that stuff and what that includes. So, yeah. It's just a different journey, and you learn from it, and you can change it at any time. You have the free will to be like, no, I don't like this situation anymore, I want to change it. But it comes back to your choices as well. Your choices are just as important as your higher self soul plan. You can have a disagreement with your higher self. You're just arguing with yourself. You don't want to experience something, and you can say, no, I don't want that anymore. And really definitively say that, and then they have to change it because you're just an immovable force on your own. And when you realize that you are an immovable force, then you can't be manipulated by a lot of things. So that's by everything. Okay, I think there's a few more cards and then I'm off. Yep. Beauty is skin deep and is soul deep. Beauty you experience with your twin flame. Maybe you haven't felt beautiful at all in your lifetime, but when you're with your divine counterpart or twin flame, they will show you aspects of yourself that are beautiful. They will reflect that back at you. See, physical beauty is skin deep, but if you want to be beautiful for your lifetime, it's soul deep. And it's all about your perspective as well. You learn and grow and you change as time goes on. And you have to face your demons. If you're a twin flame, you'll know that you'll have to face anything that they reflect back at you. And then you're going to have to be mature enough to be like, you triggered me. I'll be back in a minute. Let's see if I can transmute this quickly. If not, you'll be like, I'm going to go for a drive. I'm going to go for a walk. But the plan is to always face these triggers head on. And yeah, face them head on so you can get over them quicker. If you're pretending they don't exist, then they're going to accumulate and be even bigger. The explosion at the end of something that's been ignored is horrendously damaging to a twin flame relationship. So take note. Don't damage your relationship just because you're fearful of changing your past by looking at it. If that makes sense, I hope it makes sense. But look at your stuff. I guess a lot of maybe some twin flames don't find themselves attractive. And they're worried their twin flame is going to be like, oh, he doesn't or she doesn't find me attractive. And so it's coming through here. So yeah, you have good points. We all do. And just yeah, try to be happy with who you are because you have something to offer. There's a beauty that shines from someone who's happy from within than there is if someone just paints their face with makeup. So inner beauty is more important. But then there's a divine feminine who is walking in their authentic selves, who is just being who the divine feminine is supposed to be. Which is what this looks like to me, is that a lot of feminines, oh, that's annoying. Okay, stepping into the divine energies. And then you won't care what other voices say about who you are. It's just your truth now. You're going to walk out and be as confident. Be as confident and less arrogant, right? Yeah. There won't be that showboaty aspect to the divine feminine at all. She'll just present herself as she is, and people are either going to have to accept it or step aside and let her be who she is. And that goes for everyone, not just the awakened, but also the unawakened who are trying to empower themselves, and through that they do awaken. You know, like, give people the chance to grow the way they're supposed to. And if you don't like it, leave. Don't let it trigger you because they're not doing what you want. You just have to leave. Cut them out if that's what you have to do, to cut them out so they don't trigger you. And then you can be like, oh, that's come up again. Okay, so I need to let that go. A lot of stuff I've been experiencing. So you can't save everyone is the hardest lesson I think I've had to learn this lifetime. And it's my last lifetime. It's my last lifetime. So all the big lessons are coming out. Yep. Nearly done. I don't know how many more cards. My hands are getting sore. So we've got she is the moon. She is the divine feminine. She is a counterpart. She is stepping into her power. She is becoming who she is supposed to be. She is the opposite that attracts the divine masculine to her. She's a sexual being. He's also a sexual being, but she's stepping into the positive aspects of that because it's healing. It's the sexual intimacy is changing in what it's supposed to be. It's also creative energy because of the 3, number 21 at the bottom here, if you can see that right there, 3. So your sacral chakra is all creative energy, intimacy, unconditional love, and all that stuff. It's just, it comes from that. And it comes from stepping into your power when you understand that. When you understand that your sexual energy is divine and sacred, you won't need to use it to manipulate people. It just won't even happen. It won't be on your radar. You will use it for the benefit of yourself and others, and it'll be something that's shared without regret or remorse. It'll just be something you do out of unconditional love because you want to share it with people. Or if it's actual intimacy with that special person who sees you as sacred. That's what we're moving into now. Whew. Is that the last card with that deck? Okay. Hopefully in the future when I do these, I can have people online and do little mini readings for them. That would be nice. Okay, we're moving into the Lemurian deck. Oh, another heart chakra card. So we're really moving into, it's not, heart chakra stuff. It says unfurling back to love. So we're moving back into unconditionally loving energies. And if you want more of that in your life right now, while we're in the Lion's Gate, manifest it, write it down and say, I want more unconditional love in my life. I want a partner who is unconditionally loving to me. Or you can just attract your divine counterpart and you'll have that reflected back at you. Ask for true love and you'll get it. The true love will match your vibration, and yeah, so you'll get your twin flame or your divine counterpart by asking for more love into your life. And it's also reflecting love back to yourself when you need it and not expecting outer sources to give it to you. And it just takes a moment to do that. You can put your hand on your chest and just say, I love myself. I did good. I tried my best. And not berate yourself for making a mistake. A lot of us do that, and that closes up our heart chakra. It makes us feel devalued in our lives, so we close up. And we don't believe we have any worth because we're telling ourselves negative thoughts, negative speak to ourselves. So be kinder to yourself. And it's not about affirmations. You don't need affirmations to open your heart. You just have to speak to yourself in a kinder way that is more loving. If you want unconditional love, you need to give it to you first. Yeah. And there's a dragonfly. I don't know what dragonfly means. If the dragonfly is someone's animal spirit, look it up. I hear messenger, so dragonflies are messengers from spirit. So maybe there is someone who wants to contact you from the higher dimensions, or you need to know something from your higher self, or some loved one who's passed on has a message for you. So tune into that. You can also do that from your heart space and just ask yourself, is there any loving messages from my guides, source, or true source of my energies that they have for me to learn and understand? And then maybe you'll feel the heart expansion, and then you'll get the message in your mind, just the thing that pops in out of nowhere. Okay. I guess someone needed to hear that because it was just one card. And we've got some divination stuff, I guess. For what? I don't know. I guess to see what the collective watching this has to learn in the next few weeks. Something that you should look at a little deeper. My hands are hurting. I haven't done a reading in a while. My hands have completely lost it. Okay. Pendulum decision. So we're coming to a crossroads. Like, where do you want to go? What's your next choice here? Twin flame. You can pick any timeline you want to be on. I'm going for my highest timeline, my highest good timeline, which is probably twin flame, my life path, and just being who I'm supposed to be here. So that's what the pendulum is for. Is you've come to a crossroads with this Lion's Gate. It's time to make a choice. What's your choice? Okay. And you can see I talked about the diamond before, and then there's the diamond. So I can't remember what I said about the diamond, but we're all shining. We're all multifaceted, different colors with different purposes, but of one mind, I guess. Eventually we'll get to that place where we just think in a higher state of consciousness as a collective, as a human being, as an earth person. Yeah, so thank you to all the future people who are going to access this reading on my page. Thank you for watching this reading all the way through. Please leave a comment below if you want me to do a reading on or channel some messages on any subject, or if you want a free reading and want me to do a live about that. On here we can do some free readings for you. Probably a max of 20 on that, and we'll keep doing that as much as possible. So if you really want a free reading, I want to do that, comment below and we'll do that. So I'll see, probably for the first time, I'll see how many I can do. And then after that, if we do readings like that again, for free readings, it'll be a max of a 20 and that's it. Okay, so first come, first serve. Comment below what you want me to do a reading on. If you watch this all the way through, if you're interested in any healings, check my Etsy. If you're interested in a healing that I mentioned in this live, please message me or DM me, and I can give you some more information about that. And that is it. Welcome to the new age. We're here. We did it. Congratulations. Thank you and goodbye. Or bye for now.